Come on, Ravens. The pressure is mounting behind the scenes in Baltimore, and I have some crucial updates to share with you all. Now, before we get into the juicy details, be sure to like this, but only if you're a loyal Baltimore Ravens fan. We love seeing Ravens of all ages excel. If you do, leave a comment saying, "Go Ravens, this is our season." Now, let's get right to it. The Baltimore Ravens still have about $12 million in salary cap space. That number may seem small to some, but Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta has proven time and time again that he knows how to make magic happen on tight budgets. Every dollar counts, and this offseason has been a masterclass in salary cap management. Just look at what the team has done so far, starting with the restructuring of Marlon Humphrey's contract. His $18 million base salary was cut to the league minimum of $1.25 million, with the rest converted to a signing bonus. That move alone freed up $13 million in salary cap space. Then there's Ronnie Stanley's contract. Instead of stacking huge cap hits now, the Ravens smartly backloaded his deal. His cap hit for 2025 is just $5.8 million and jumps to $9.9 million in 2026, giving the team much-needed flexibility. Not to mention they re-signed Patrick Ricard using a 4-year veteran salary benefit, saving more than 25% compared to his last contract. They even played the situation with safety Ardarius Washington wisely, placing a right of first refusal tender worth $3.26 million. Baltimore gambled that no other team would come up with a better offer, and it paid off. They kept a solid player without having to overpay or risk losing draft capital. So here's the big question, Ravens fans. Why all these careful financial moves? What's cooking in Eric DeCosta's kitchen? Because you don't clear this kind of cap space unless you've got something in the works. And that brings us to some interesting possibilities. The first, and maybe the most pressing, is the cornerback situation. Outside of Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey, things are looking thin. While we like what we've seen from Shanoia Warrior, it's clear his value is more in a backup role, not as a full-time starter. That's where Asante Samuel Jr. comes in. This kid was electric when healthy in 2023, allowing just 178 yards on 147 snaps in man coverage, with 2 picks and a quarterback rating against of just 61.3. Now, yes, there's a reason he's still on the market. He's dealing with a lingering neck/shoulder injury. It's reportedly similar to a stinger, but this one has lingered for months instead of weeks. That's concerning, and it's definitely scaring teams off. But here's the thing. If the medical reports show he's on the path to recovery and could be ready for training camp or even just by week 1, Baltimore needs to pounce. We've got the physicality in our safety and linebacker groups to make up for his lighter frame. What we need is someone who can lock down in coverage, and that's exactly what Samuel brings. Of course, he's not the only name being floated around. Let's talk about Jaire Alexander. Yes, that Jaire Alexander, former college teammate of Lamar Jackson and one of the most talented corners in the league when healthy. Green Bay has been lukewarm about him lately, even exploring trade talks. But no team pulled the trigger. And here's why. He's expensive. That contract is no joke. And if he's released after June 1st, the Packers could save $17 million. You better believe other teams are watching closely. And if he hits free agency, the Ravens should be ready to move. Why trade away draft picks when you can wait a few weeks and possibly scoop him up for nothing but cap space? And speaking of cap space, there's one final, massive domino that might be about to fall: Lamar Jackson's extension. Yes, he already signed a big deal, but a second extension is not just possible, it's strategic. As it stands, his 2025 cap hit is $43 million, and it skyrockets to $74 million in both 2026 and 2027. An extension now would flatten those cap hits, save nearly $20 million in the future, and lock up your MVP caliber quarterback for the long haul. Let's not forget what he did last season: over 4,000 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions, and yet somehow didn't win MVP. Again, there's no question Lamar is the centerpiece of this franchise. Head coach John Harbaugh has even gone on record saying that when this deal gets done, Lamar will become the highest paid player in NFL history. You don't make that kind of statement unless something big is already in motion behind the scenes. So to recap, the Ravens have been quietly moving chess pieces all offseason, freeing up cash and keeping their options open. Whether it's signing a top corner like Asante Samuel Jr., waiting for Jaire Alexander to hit the open market, or locking in Lamar Jackson for years to come, this front office is making moves with purpose. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think the Ravens should do with their remaining cap space? Should we take a gamble on Asante Samuel Jr.? Wait on Alexander? Go all in on the Lamar extension right now? Let me know what you think in the comments. The energy is electric as we step into the second part of this exclusive update on what could be a pivotal offseason for our Baltimore Ravens. Before we dive back in, hit that like button if you've ever stood through a rainy, freezing Sunday in M&T Bank Stadium screaming your lungs out for the purple and black. If that's you, leave a comment saying, Go Ravens! Nos podemos chegar no Super Bowl. Picking up where we left off, $12 million in cap space isn't just sitting there for nothing. Baltimore's front office doesn't operate on randomness. Every dollar has a destination, and the clock is ticking. We've covered the names already floating around the rumor mill: Asante Samuel Jr., Jair Alexander. But what if that cap space is being safeguarded for something else entirely? What if it's not about bringing someone in, but keeping someone here? Let's talk about the trenches. Baltimore's identity has always been physicality, grit, and winning battles at the line of scrimmage. Right now, two spots that don't sit comfortably are the guard position and the nose tackle rotation. Yes, we've got depth and developmental guys, but let's be honest, Super Bowl contenders don't leave critical interior gaps up to chance. On the offensive side, losing veteran guard Kevin Zeitler left a noticeable hole. There's young talent in the pipeline, but if you're heading into January football, you want proven reliability protecting Lamar Jackson and giving space for the run game to explode. A low-cost veteran guard signing could be that stabilizing force, and it would still leave room to maneuver elsewhere. Players like Dalton Reisner or even Justin Pugh could become late summer additions if the price is right. And on the defensive front, while we've got raw talent like Travis Jones and a returning Michael Pierce, the lack of a dominant, consistent nose tackle presence is a concern, especially in an AFC North that still grinds out yards with physicality. Don't forget, Cleveland's Nick Chubb and Cincinnati's power formations aren't going away. Having an anchor in the middle is non-negotiable, and this could be an area Baltimore quietly shores up before week 1. Now let's return to the crown jewel of this roster, Lamar Jackson. We talked earlier about the looming possibility of a contract extension, not because his current deal is nearing the end, but because reworking it now is the smartest path forward for both cap flexibility and long-term stability. What makes this situation even more pressing is what just happened in Buffalo. The Bills extended Josh Allen again, tweaking guarantees and spreading cap hits over future years to create room now. If Buffalo can do it, why not Baltimore? Especially when Lamar's resume is arguably stronger. He's already in historic company. 3-time MVP, over 4,000 passing yards last season, one of the lowest interception rates in NFL history, and he's only getting better, growing more comfortable in Todd Monken's system and developing a stronger rapport with receivers like Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. Extending him now isn't just about dollars, it's about securing your identity. Think of what this move could unlock. An extension for Lamar now could instantly free up millions more in 2025. Giving DeCosta the ability to react mid-season if key injuries strike or if there's an opportunity to make a splash trade deadline move. This is long-term thinking at its finest, and it shows why the Ravens continue to be one of the most well-run franchises in the league. And finally, don't sleep on the strategic importance of timing. The NFL calendar doesn't pause. Training camp is around the corner. Injuries happen. Players become available unexpectedly. If there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that Baltimore loves to strike at the perfect moment. You don't want to be flat-footed when a veteran gets cut or when another team suddenly wants to offload a contract. All signs point to the Ravens keeping their options open, playing a smart and patient game. Whether it's a mid-camp addition, a surprise trade, or a blockbuster extension for Lamar Jackson, Baltimore is staying flexible and focused on the end goal, bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Charm City. Now, I want to hear from you. With all this cap space and strategic maneuvering, what move do you want to see the Ravens make next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should we bolster the trenches, go all in on the Lamar extension now, or wait and pounce at the trade deadline? And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and check out the other videos on the screen. Big things are coming, and you don't want to miss a second. Go Ravens!